Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back today with another video, and people always ask me why I don't play a lot of Fortnite, and realistically, the game's just a little too easy, but I think I finally did it. I found the game that is going to kill Fortnite. Are you guys ready for this? Let's get into it. So if you've been watching my stream, you know that I've been incredibly hyped for this new MMO coming out called Bless Online. And clickbait aside, it's not going to kill Fortnite, let's be honest. But what I do think is going to happen is people who like to play MMOs like me are definitely going to cut back on the Fortnite. I feel like Bless Online is coming out in a really good period where there's kind of a lull going on in the MMO world. A lot of people are waiting for Battle for Azeroth to come out. There's not a lot of amazing content for MMOs on the market right now. So it seems like Bless might just be a really opportunistic MMO that does a lot of things right. I feel like a lot of gamers generally tend to crave a good MMO to play, and I think ultimately Bless Online doesn't really push the boundaries with anything that it does. It takes a lot of what makes MMOs really good and combines them together to create a unique mix, and overall should create a solid MMO. So a lot of people are actually really concerned about Bless when it launches because it's already had 2 failed MMOs. So a lot of people are incredibly just weary about the state of the game and how the worldwide Steam release is going to go on. One of the things that I really like is that Bless decided not to go with the publisher and instead are taking their game to Steam for the worldwide release, which is really good because of the 2 failed launches that it had in Russia and Japan. So that left a lot of people weary. But they're really going heavy on the community. They started this emissary program. They're really trying to build the community around the game, which is essential to a successful MMO. One of the things that's really interesting is a lot of people seem to be very skeptical about it being an early access game. But realistically, it's a completely finished game, and they have good reasons for going early access instead of a completely finished launch, even though they have all the content already created. One of my biggest hopes as somebody who wants to see this game succeed is that Steam is giving them a lot of support and information that they didn't have before they went to publish the game themselves. Steam has been involved in the industry, has seen a ton of MMO launches, and a huge variety of games across the platform as its whole. Steam support can be an absolutely huge part of the game and its development and its success. Ultimately, they've been rebuilding aspects of the game to cater to the worldwide audience instead of going with what has failed in the past. It seems like it's going to be an almost rebuilt game, which is another reason why I'm super happy that they decided to go with early access instead of outright launch. The Bless team has been really good at communicating with the community, and with this communication, they've stated outright that Bless will not be a pay-to-win game. Obviously, there's going to be a cash shop. Cash shops make way too much money and keep games viable for the long term for us to ever see them really disappear. But as long as the items contained within the cash shop are not grossly overpowered, convenience and cosmetics are a great way for games to generate money without destroying the fan base. If you've been around the MMO genre pretty much at all, it's not going to seem like Bless does necessarily anything new. What it feels like it's trying to do is take the aspects of good MMOs and combine them into a really solid overall game. It's not going to innovate and revolutionize the MMO world as we know it. It has a lot of potential with the aspects that it has taken and the ability to mesh it all together into a great and cohesive game that should be an overall amazing experience. One of the major changes that we're really looking at now is they revamped the entire combat system and it seems like they did a pretty decent job with it. On the initial releases, it looked a lot clunkier. The combat is still very stance and combo based, and ultimately it looks more fluid than it did before. One of the things that I personally find the most concerning is that the game is going to relaunch with only 5 of the 7 classes. Only one of those classes, the Paladin, is a true healer, and the Guardian is the only true tank. The Berserker is capable of off-tanking, but I'm not sure how effective that's actually going to be, especially for endgame content. On the live servers currently, only 2 of the classes are even capable of healing. One of the aspects that I enjoy a lot is that World PvP is incentivized. As many of you know, I'm a PvP focused kind of MMO player, so I like the fact that World PvP is encouraged, and you will be rewarded even while leveling. You will get XP for fighting people of the opposing faction. That being said, PvP on launch is supposed to have 3v3, 15v15, and 100v100, which can be a little interesting. 3v3 I'm going to enjoy because I'm assuming it's just going to be arena deathmatch, which is very enjoyable for me and my friends to play. 15v15 I'm assuming is going to be a pretty generic battleground, maybe capture the flag or point control or whatever you want to call it. Maybe it'll just be a huge frag fest. 100v100, I haven't seen too much on it, but there's a lot of potential for that to be really cool. If you guys remember, in Guild Wars 2, World v World was a pretty interesting and kind of fun aspect of the game, but realistically, it did get a bit old after a while. There's a wide variety of playstyles that you can do with Bless. It incentivizes PvP, it incentivizes PvE, and it also incentivizes life skilling. So regardless of how you like to play your MMOs, there's going to be an enjoyable aspect of the MMO for you. If you've been hanging out in my streams, you know that I am absolutely hyped for Bless. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be rolling a Berserker. Depends a little bit on what my friends are going to roll, though. If my friends decide that nobody's going to roll a healer, I'll probably end up rolling a Paladin. If nobody wants to be a tank, I'll probably end up rolling the Guardian. I most likely, though, will be rolling a Berserker, especially if they're capable of tanking. I generally do love tanking for PvE, but in PvP, I generally like that style of tanky, engage, go in and go ham kind of style, so I really will most likely be playing Berserker at the end of the day. My plan for Bless from launch is to stream the absolute hell out of it. I am going to be streaming as much as I physically can whenever this launches. Hopefully they decide to pick me up for an emissary and I can give you guys a little bit of inside information about where the game is going. But I know that I personally have been craving a good MMO to come out for a long time. I really enjoyed WoW Legion, but pretty much me and all my friends quit playing before Nighthold even came out. I did end up coming back a little bit around the Argus launch area, but realistically, Legion has not been able to hold my attention for more than a couple weeks at a time. And most of the time, I'm just farming mounts or BGs anyway. I'm really looking forward to the press event this weekend. Hopefully we're going to get a lot more information, and hopefully we're going to get that official release date. What are you guys rolling? Tell me in the comments below. I'm going to be streaming the absolute hell out of this game, so if you want to play with me, feel free to come hang out in the stream. Keep up to date with me on Twitter or in my Discord. I'll most likely be making a guild that'll be open for whoever wants to join. Thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and down if you didn't, or leave a comment. I stream every week on Twitch and play with my viewers, so feel free to drop me a follow there. If you want updates about the stream or YouTube videos, feel free to follow me on Twitter or Instagram. I also have a very active and friendly Discord. Links to everything will be down in the information below. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.